right, motherfuckers, we back.
Back at it again.
This is the 2 Cents You Call Us podcast.
One time for the one time.
I am your host X, and I'm here with my brother from another mother, Dub. What's happening?
What's happening, brother?
Man? Hey, brother, you know what it is.
Another week, another Friday, another show.
Yeah, man.
It's episode number 53.
53.
We ready for this?
Was this what? 3 weeks in a row?
Yeah. I think we back in the rotation.
Trying to be consistent with y'all.
Well, even though next week I'm gonna be at work. So.
Are you working next week? Oh well, shit. Never mind.
Yeah, but I mean, we trying. We still might get the show out on Saturday. You never know.
That's cool.
Yeah, y'all know how we do. We are on YouTube at the 2 Cent You Call It podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Please like, share, comment, subscribe. Hit that little notification bell so you can see every time we post.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully it'll be weekly, but you know how it go.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers get busy. We are also on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Google Podcasts. Busting out your eardrum for your listening pleasure. First things first, my brother. What's in your glass tonight?
I put some cognac and a coconut vodka. And top that off with some Coke. Coca-Cola, not the other Coke.
I'm in love with the cocoa.
So it almost tastes like a Tatiana, but just with vodka instead of rum. But yeah, we'll see how this goes. What you got over there, brother?
I am keeping it old fashioned with the old fashioned.
Okay.
My name is Walter, and I tell everybody. Oh, I guess I don't even know if a lot of people knew my government name on the show outside of the people that know us. Obviously.
Wait, well, I used to say it in like the first couple of episodes.
Oh, well, yeah, I guess that's true. But yeah, I always say that I got an old name. I'm named after my granddaddy.
You had an old name, an old first name, and a old second name.
Yeah, this is true. This is true, man. But yeah, so I'm keeping it old fashioned.
Second name, like it ain't middle name.
Yeah, but you know, that's old fashioned. You know, your second name.
Your second name,
Bartholomew.
Well, I got an old middle name too.
You got an old Irish middle name.
Hey, brother, put it out there.
I mean, I didn't say what it was.
People gonna guess it.
Just old Irish, but yeah. So I'm drinking an old fashioned, man. We gonna see how it go. We usually show night. We record and usually go out to karaoke later. But somebody just threw a wrench in our plans, so we might be headed somewhere else. So,
well, I mean, she really didn't throw no wrench in my plans.
Oh well, yeah.
You're saying we just made I didn't know what was going on tonight. You said, hey, I would like to go, and I was like, all right, let's see what we can do.
Yeah.
But yeah, I ain't tripping.
Man, how was your week?
Week was high intensity. Just stressful, man. Work.
What's going on at work?
For those who don't know, I am accountant by trade. And this was our final week of production, which means we just closing out the previous month. Had to get that out to the homeowners and everything. I guess I should have said homeowners. Now they know what industry I'm in.
Yeah.
But had to get it out to our clients. So you can't go anywhere until that stuff is done. So
yeah,
we have a hard deadline on those. So these past couple weeks it was kind of strong. I told you earlier. On average, I normally get probably about 4 hours of overtime per week. Over the last 2 weeks, I have about 18 points something.
They getting ready to fire your ass.
I'm gonna get it right up. You're gonna be like, hey, what was going on? I'm like, hey, I was struggling and stuff like that.
Give me my money though.
Right. Yeah, I got there's a couple card notes in that bitch. So yeah, man. Other than that, man, it was just work, school, getting my education.
Yes, sir. How's that going? How's school going for you?
So far it's going good. I mean, I started out very optimistic.
Okay.
I said, oh yeah, I'm gonna get that 4.0.
Yeah.
But yeah, I might not hit that 4.0, but I'm still, striving for the threes and stuff like that. So I'm not complaining at all, man. I'm just just know that I got to lock in sometimes. You know, being out of school for a while,
Right.
it takes an adjustment to get back into the swing of everything. But,
Yeah.
But you know, life's good and stuff like that. They had the motto for this year was gonna be BBED. Got tatted on you and stuff like that. And you gotta understand that, you know, you're not gonna hit your goals in one day. You know what I'm saying? But the main thing is to choose progression over perfection.
Okay.
And,
I like that. That's bars.
And I took the first steps to doing it, and I keep doing certain steps because, you know, I'm not gonna do everything in one day.
Yeah.
And you know, it's not necessarily catch up, but it's just my time. You know.
Okay. So how do you? I know you know. I think we when you came up with the phrase BB or the acronym BBD. The main one was like be better every day, right?
Yeah.
So I think that started at it did. It started at the beginning of the year. Basically, actually, it was December of last year.
Yeah.
So how do you keep yourself on that, you know, path, on that train, just to wake up every day and be like, all right, you know, today's a new day, fresh start. What can I do today to make myself better?
It is a serious challenge, my brother. It's so easy to get complacent,
Man.
Especially when you get tired. You get in the groove or something. So I had days where I didn't get better and I stayed stagnant. I had some days where I actually got worse. But I think getting closer to a goal and seeing the things that you want to have, it kind of makes you refocus.
Okay.
Getting around certain people, it makes you want to refocus. I don't want to say seeing what other people have, not in a jealousy manner.
Growth.
Yeah, just as a challenge, you know. Like, yeah, I said I want to do this. They're doing it too, so I know that I can do it.
Right.
Or even seeing somebody that's in a worse situation than you, but is still striving for their goals. It's like, cool. It's kind of fucked up, but it's kind of motivating where you see people where they kind of just gave up on themselves and be like, okay, I can't let that happen to me.
Yeah.
So it's our motivation.
Yeah, no, I definitely get where you're coming from on that. Actually, and I didn't tell you about this before, you know, this show right now, but I actually saw Tuesday. I actually saw somebody. I was in Deep Ellum, grabbing a bite to eat, and I actually ended up seeing somebody that I went to school with, and man, they was like down bad, bro. Like, you know, I guess they had been dealing with, you know, an addiction to drugs, and it ended up, you know, leading them in a path to where they ended up, you know, on the streets, kind of homeless type joint. And you know, I'm definitely anytime I see that, or I think that was my first time for me personally, like seeing somebody that I actually know, or like, you know, not actually know, because I've seen like people in my past, like I've seen older people, you know, that I know or that are associated with somebody, you know, just be kind of down like that. But when I say actually know, I mean like somebody that I actually went to school with, like is around my age, you know what I'm saying? Like, in that regard. And I immediately hit up one of my boys that like we all went to school together, and they know them, you know, they're closer to them, the person that I saw, than I am. And I'm like, hey, like, what's going on? Like, can we get to the bottom of this? You know what I'm saying? To try to get this person off the street. Because I'm like, the last thing you want to do is see somebody that you know what I'm saying, and somebody that you quote unquote grew up with kind of, you know, down bad like that. And I'm like, well, you know, I know a couple of people, I got a couple of resources. We partner with a lot of, you know, organizations that would help in that particular situation. So I'm like, all right, let me hit up such and such and see, you know, what we can do. And I say that going, you know, just to the topic that we was talking about, because we also hit a funeral last week. And I actually want to get into that funeral in a minute, but we talked about you know, kind of just the importance of showing up, and the importance of being there for people,
Yeah.
and not necessarily saying that those people even have to be close with you, but the importance of having a network to where you can still tap into that network and reach out for resources.
Yeah.
So, like I was just thinking about that over the whole week, especially after the funeral, and then like seeing him on Tuesday. I'm just like, man, number one, I just feel like we are blessed, brother. Like,
Yeah, man.
There's a lot of things that probably could have happened to us, probably should have happened to us, and by God's grace, we just are on a different level, like in a different place in life. But at the same time, you know what I'm saying, like what to you, what's the importance, like the importance of showing up for somebody in need?
I think it goes a long way. Just being there. You don't necessarily have to do anything spectacular. You don't have to give anything. Just showing your face, giving a hug, saying hello, sending that text or giving that phone call, saying just checking on you is very important.
Yeah.
Even earlier this week, I reached out to you and your cousin because I know this time of year is pretty rough for you.
Yeah.
And just want to say, hey, everything good.
Yeah.
If you need me, you can holler at me. Just want to check on you. And I think that's important because people like to suffer alone.
Yeah, a lot of people do suffer in silence.
Yeah, and I've been guilty of it myself.
You did it a couple of weeks ago.
Did I?
Yeah, you did.
What'd I do?
We just talked about that. You were saying that you like the last couple of weeks was just a little rough, and you was trying.
Yeah. I think I know what it was that was doing. I think it was sitting around my grandma. I think that's what it was, and I just wasn't kind of paying attention to it subliminally, or it might just been an imbalance somewhere,
yeah,
shit like that.
Yeah.
But I'm much more upbeat this week. I'm glad that I saw the other side of it, and I'm thankful for friends that reach out, for the family to be around. Even I went to my cousin's baby shower down in Killeen and stuff like that. She's the daughter of my uncle that I lost a couple years ago, which is always difficult for me to go down there because every time I go down there, it's always somebody saying, "Oh, you look just like him." You look just like him.
Yeah.
It just like gets to me where I just leave. But I stayed the entire time because I knew how important it was for her and her daughter and her mother. So it feels good to see your family smile or even your friends smile.
Yeah.
Especially through a darker time. But yeah, man, it's really important to show up for people because God, He shows up and shows out.
Yeah, man. I definitely I agree with you there because I mean, like you said, and I think we share that same sentiment as far as our uncles because we are continuously reminded of them. Like for you, it's because everybody says that you look like him, and then for me, it's because of my profession. Like we were in the same type of profession, so it's like every time that I hit a milestone or a new goal in my profession, like I can't help but to think, like, damn, you know what I'm saying? If he was here, like, I could, I could show him this, or we could talk about this, because in the profession that I'm in, like, not many people are gonna understand everything about it.
Yeah,
and that is somebody that would understand firsthand. Like we could, have a conversation about it. So,
because I definitely don't understand. Your coworkers be talking, I just be like, yeah, I'm like, all right, well, let me go back to my field over here.
Yeah, man. But yeah, so no, I definitely feel you. It is that time of the year for me and my family, but I think that this year, and I can't speak for everybody else, but I think for me, this year, as far as how I'm feeling around this time, is a lot better.
Okay.
I guess than previous years because I think that I've just been, and this goes back to the goal for the year, which was, kind of be better every day.
Mhm.
Like, I think that I've done a lot of self reflection and have had a lot of self awareness
Okay.
this year, and just been dealing with a lot of things. Not dealing with, conquering, I think, a lot of things internally as far as just my mindset, how I approach things, and just looking forward. So yeah, I think this year I don't really feel, you know, a cloud or anything for the season. So I mean that's
Okay.
good.
That's good, man. I'm glad that you're feeling much better. It I forgot the phrase that said it never gets easy, but it gets easier or something
Yeah.
like that. Or you'll never forget, but it gets somewhat easier as time go by.
Yeah.
And I think I kind of had some of that with my uncle this year, but it was 1 year from my grandma, so that was probably just something tougher on me. Just thinking like
Yeah.
and stuff. But I got to see my sister.
That's what's up.
That was good.
We both had baby showers. How was your baby shower?
Man, I am a very boring baby shower guest.
I think I am too.
Everything they asked me to participate in, I was like, nah, I'm good. And my mom was trying to peer pressure me. Davey, go. I was like, nah,
like
go.
like my mom not
Would you
10,
go?
not a
She was
10-year-old
on it for
no more.
like 5 minutes strong. And then they did the next activity. And she was doing the same thing. Like, nah, I'm good.
I'm not a 10-year-old. I'm okay.
I'm good and stuff. But it was good to see some family. I got to see one of my cousins that I haven't seen in like probably 3 or 4 years.
Okay.
Since her dad's funeral. And stuff because he had 2 girls and 1 boy. I haven't seen his other daughter since the funeral and stuff like that. And she reminds me of my maternal grandmother,
Okay.
the one that I'm still dealing with some issues and stuff. But I actually talked to my mom about that and stuff, and I think and I told her that's one of the next steps in my self healing and progression is forgiving her. And the older I get, I think the more I kind of understand her, of why she felt the way she felt, but I just don't understand why it was kind of took it out on me.
Yeah.
And that even affected me and my mother's relationship. I wish y'all would have had our Mother's Day episodes because we kind of went through that whole spiel.
It's gonna have to come back.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do it. We're gonna have to recreate the magic.
And we keep saying that, but it ain't happened yet. Shit.
We might just have to wait till Mother's Day this year.
I mean, it's coming back around.
But
Shit.
yeah, so it was just basically my mother overcompensated the love that I didn't get from absent father.
Yeah.
And a grandmother that wasn't too fond of me.
Yeah, because we kind of talked about that. Because you don't have the typical middle child experience.
Yeah. Like yours was, you were just kind of to yourself.
Yeah.
Even though I was to myself on my own end, but my mother, she was like very protective, just overbearing love, and stuff like that. Which I mean, some kids they just pray for it, but when it's like times 10, it's like I can't do shit.
Yeah.
My little mama, I just got off the phone with her and stuff.
And you tried to use me as a crutch.
I didn't use you as a crutch. We had to get this episode out, so I just let her know, hey, I gotta record because I know she likes to talk.
Yeah.
She's retired and
She don't have-
nothing else to do. Be like, hey, what's up? What
Yeah.
you doing? Like, nah, but I felt like I just got so far away from the original question. Was the baby shower?
Yeah.
How was your baby shower?
It was cool, man.
Or the baby shower that you went to
It was cool.
before the rumors get out there.
Right. Nah, but it was good, man. I do feel the same way that you feel as far as, and I think at baby showers, I think men are always boring guests.
Yeah.
unless there's like alcohol involved.
Yeah.
Because it's just not our thing. You know what I'm saying? Like we're gonna buy a gift and keep it moving.
Yeah.
But as far as the activities, like women really like that shit. So, but it was cool. It was a co-ed baby shower, obviously, and it was very good. We had a bet on it because so now somebody owes me drinks because I bet that it was a boy, and
You got it?
definitely
Okay.
team boy. So yeah, I'm getting drinks out of it. But I realized that I'm to a point in my life because you know how like a lot of, and I think this is both men and women. A lot of single people, like when they get to baby showers, and I don't know if it's like this for you. A lot of single people get like in their feelings, I guess.
Yeah, that's why I'm surprised that I did do that this time.
Yeah. And
You're a special case though.
I mean, I am. But at the same time,
Now, if you told me you did get in your feelings, I would be like, "What the fuck?"
yeah, at the same time, like I just feel like I'm content in life. Like I love life the way I live it. So it didn't, that didn't bother me at all. It was great to be there and it wasn't even a family member. It was a friend. I'm friends with the couple. And so, like you said, just, the importance of showing up, man. Like, it wasn't even anything, you don't, like you said, you don't even have to do anything special. It's just the fact that you are, like, you made yourself available, especially if you are somebody that, somebody like we are, that is busy all the time.
Yeah.
People recognize that, and when you show up, they just be like, "Hey, I just really appreciate you for coming."
Yeah.
So yeah, that was cool, man. Other than that, man, the week was cool. Work was work.
Let me ask you this though:
What?
If you did get married and your then wife wanted to have kids, would you be willing to compromise?
She'd probably be shit the fuck out of luck with me because I'm looking to have that procedure next year. So,
what if she asked you to undo the procedure?
I'm trying to get it to where you can't undo it.
Oh God, you trying to be a eunuch?
I'm just trying to. I don't want. I don't know, man. I can't say either way because I think at this point in life, I think I'm old enough to know for certain that that's not. Kids is not what I want. So, I don't,
Let me put this out there.
Okay.
You're 98 on your deathbed, and you got a young tenderoni who's like, "I want to have your baby." Would you be willing to give it to her?
No.
Okay.
Like what? What?
Like you pass on before you can sign a document to say this is your kid, so you don't have to leave him any money.
No. Like why would you do that?
Would you be willing to be a sperm donor?
Would I before or after
This motherfucker.
Um
Well, I mean, technically, you couldn't produce sperm anymore.
well yeah. But would I no.
Okay.
No. Because I feel like if I did have a little person with my DNA, then I would want to know them and be prominent, in their life. But yeah, I'm a person that doesn't even necessarily like. I be sketchy about people being like, Godfather, and I'd be like, like,
aren't you already Godfather?
I'm not.
No, you're not. Well, shit,
I'm not.
close to it.
I mean, I am. Yeah. I mean, I feel like it's a couple of people that if something was to happen to them, then the default would fall on me.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like praying to the Lord that we don't ever have.
Like y'all just get to 21.
Yeah, that we
and
don't.
then y'all parents can die.
Wait.
Y'all be on your own.
Wait,
You just come to me for
not
advice.
not kill him off after 21. Yeah, no. I don't know, man. I am a person that is a firm believer in never say never. So, you know, something could happen.
Didn't Brandy have a song called Never Say Never?
She did.
Okay. Was it a song or an album?
I think hers was the album, and I think Justin Bieber had a song.
I will never say never again. Shout out to Lydia, man. She got married.
Who the fuck is Lydia?
Lydia that was on the show. My homegirl from
I'm like, you
HU.
You just throw out a random.
I don't know if she listens anymore, but shout out to her. She got married. She used to sing that all the time.
Oh, okay. That's
how
the correlation.
that was a connection.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck? There's a
Shit
couple.
was off the walls. Nah.
There's a couple of things that happened this week, man.
Yeah, man.
Number one, one of your teams
Yeah.
is ass.
Hey, brother. Hey.
How's the other one doing? Well, okay, so for those people that don't know, for whatever reason, Xavier has, X has,
It's out there now. I think everybody know what that is.
yeah. X has two.
Well, they might know.
Yeah, they probably.
I'm
think
just
it's-
X to.
Yeah. X has two football teams. One is the New Orleans Saints, which are ass this year, and the other is the Tennessee Titans. How are they doing? Because I ain't even
They're
paying
actually
attention to anything that's going on with Tennessee.
they had a bye week this week, but they're 3-2. They started off 0-2. They beat the Raiders, and then they went on to beat the Colts, and they just beat somebody else. I forgot who.
Okay.
So they're 3-2.
But let's talk about these trash ass Saints.
Hey man, it's been a rough year, man.
Y'all let Kyler Murray cook y'all ass last night.
Man, look, just say, man.
Hey, shout out to Prince. If Prince, P Hut, if you listening, I'm on your ass.
It was hey brother, I've never seen a game go sideways so fast.
2 back-to-back pick sixes. And let me tell you, I will say this. Being that I'm on my new schedule, I have never watched so much football in my life. I am a person that only watches my team when they play. And yeah,
That's why Cowboys fans think that we just be fixated on them. Be like, nah, the game be on. So we be like, all right, well, let's watch this.
nah, y'all low-key fans, but it's okay.
Nah, I seen a lot of Cowboys fans commenting on the Saints game.
Well, that's because we know that you motherfuckers is gonna comment on our shit. So
No, I don't care. Especially not this year.
No, you motherfuckers care.
And so
Y'all
everybody else, star quarterback gone. It's like, all right, it is what it is.
Well, yeah, that was football this week. Let's pop on over to basketball.
Nah, that wasn't all the football this week.
What else was
Cowboys lost.
that was last week.
Was it?
It was a whole new weekend. Y'all
We
just
didn't talk about it.
y'all
though.
just lost last night. So
Nah, we record on Friday, so it's Friday to Friday. That Sunday, y'all lost.
all right. So about basketball. Lisa Leslie, man. I think you brought this to my attention.
Yeah, man. She sat down with LeBron and Maverick
Oh,
Carter.
they actually sat down.
Yeah, on the shop.
Okay.
That's LeBron and Maverick Carter's TV show.
Okay.
And Mr. Knock Your Bitch Ass Out. Draymond Green was on that show as well.
All right. So I don't think before we get on the Lisa Leslie topic, because I feel like we haven't touched the Draymond topic.
We did.
Did we?
Yeah, we talked about it.
Oh, okay. Well, I've been drinking too much.
We talked
All right,
about it.
we'll continue, my brother.
That was like 2 weeks ago.
We'll continue.
And stuff like that. But he's back playing. He played the first game for him. They played against the Lakers.
Did Jordan Poole quit?
No, he's playing too.
No, he got to quit. You got to quit after that.
Nah, he just got a extension.
You got to trade me.
He got a big contract
You got to
too.
trade me.
Draymond will probably be gone after this year anyway, so he good. He just got to wait it out.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, they were on the shop, and LeBron asked about how Lisa Leslie felt about the league. For those who don't follow women's basketball, Lisa Leslie is
like
one of the goats
Yeah.
in that sport. So if you're not watching WNBA and you're complaining about it, shut the fuck up and start watching.
Okay.
She's one of the goats. I believe she was the first woman to dunk in the WNBA.
I think she was.
So yeah, she was just going on and saying how she was proud that everything's progressing, that the athletes are better ball handling, better shot making. I'm not gonna go on that.
Okay.
And she just wished that that they got the same funding that that the men got, or the same pushing that the men got. And I think she said that one NBA contract could cover the entire WNBA, and she would want. I don't know if she said this in a joking manner or what. It probably wasn't a joking manner, but
behind every JK,
it's a little true.
Little true.
That the men would give a portion of their salary to the women, to the women's league, and Draymond Green was like, you know what? I've heard this. It kind of pisses me off because nobody supports the WNBA like NBA players.
Right.
Like they're always on the sidelines. They're always in the commercials to push it and everything like that. And they've always got their backing. Kobe Bryant, may he rest in peace, was a big proponent of the league. He wanted to see his daughter go to the league and everything. Rest in peace, Gigi. So, you know, he just had to put that out there. She was like, yeah, I understand that. She kind of fell back.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? She kind of got that feminine side on her. She's like, okay, don't punch me. Don't knock me out. But yeah, so
I'm just a messenger.
But yeah, man, obviously I want everybody to make as much as they're worth. But you just gotta understand that your worth is not as much as you think it is, or it just depends on what you can produce.
Well, and I agree. So here's the thing. I feel like I think we talked about this a couple of episodes back. One of the biggest things I do feel like maybe they should start matching the lineup. Like maybe they should start, because first of all, I've been trying to figure out why the WNBA season is on a different schedule than the NBA season. Like I just don't understand that.
Because they wouldn't be able to compete with the ratings.
But here's the thing: for rating standards, why wouldn't you run them congruently and put the games back to back?
Like, what are you talking about? Like in high school and well,
like you have an NBA game and then you have a WNBA game in between two NBA games. That way, I mean, you know, it may not make a difference. Some people may be like, all right, well, fuck this shit coming on, I'm about to change the channel. But if you sitting there, because like think about football, you know, whether you give a damn about the team or not, usually people that watch football just watch football all day. Like you sit there and you watch football no matter what game is on. Or, you know, you hit multiple games at the same time for fancy people that got, you know, multiple games on the TV.
Pictures in picture.
Yeah.
They still make picture in picture.
I don't know. But what if they did that for the WNBA? Like, do you think that people would just kind of sit and just watch basketball all day, regardless of what game was on?
I don't know. I think because I really think it has to do with the amount of games that the WNBA or the amount of games that the NBA plays, because each team is playing 82 games. So that's what's that, 41? 41 games is going on. You would just have to find a pocket for them. Of course, it could always be regional and stuff like that. I think just a true connoisseur of sports will sit there and watch it, but you're gonna have those guys out there that's like, nah, I'm not watching women's basketball because it's not as competitive. I wouldn't say competitive, but it's not as
well, but that's why I say
high flying fast,
right?
As
that's
men.
why I say put it on the same day, put it in a block, because again, like we'll sit up and watch football all day, right? And sometimes, like you see fucking the Lions and who playing, and the Lions and the Saints playing. It's about to be a shit.
Bitch. I hope the Lions beat y'all ass this week.
You see a game come on that ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? People are still watching just because that's they ritual for the day. They sitting down watching football. So I feel like if they would just do something like that, then they could get. Because I'm not gonna lie, I don't know when the WNBA season starts or finishes. Like I think we was talking about that a couple of months ago.
You just like, the WNBA season starts.
Yeah, and
it'd be like next week it'd be the playoffs.
Yeah,
you'd be like, oh shit.
You was like, they in the finals right now. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it kind of sneaks up on you and stuff. You have to know somebody that's really big on the league to kind of notice it. The advertisement for it is not that great. You'll kind of start seeing it during the NBA season because they start hyping it, but you really just not paying attention during commercials and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I say they should stick it in between like the Kardashians and Love and Hip Hop
or something
like that.
Yeah, so, like something that a lot of women watch. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I think additionally, like if you want to say that, then because
I don't know, does it really come on TV like that?
Well, and that's what I'm saying. Like I have no clue, bro. I don't even know. But my thing is like cross industries. You know what I'm saying? Like most of the time, male entertainers and male athletes, you see them in a video together or in a commercial together or something like that. Like I don't think that they band together on the female industry side because you don't see a lot of, or at least I don't. I don't know if it's happening. It could be. Hey, I might just be ignorant to the fact, but
I don't be watching TV like that.
I don't either. But I just feel like you don't see like female rap artists or female R&B artists putting on female NBA, female basketball players, like or female sports players. Like I don't see that a lot. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know.
It might be that they just need that one, and I hate to say it. I think Gigi might have been that one woman that just had that star power. But they have to find somebody that has that star power to bring everything in.
Yeah.
I think Brittany Griner was a little bit of that at some point, but then it kind of just phased out.
I'm not gonna even start it.
Candace Parker, she has a little bit of it and stuff like that. It was for different reasons, but it kind of phased out. Skylar Diggins, the same thing. It kind of just phased out. I think she's pregnant again, too.
And in the league? I don't know if that's...
Well, then she might be done by the time the finals come around. Who knows? But it's what I'm saying, it's gonna take work. And the league is still young, so they have time to kind of get that push. And if you're a fan of basketball, try to support the best that you can. Go to the games. It's much better in person because you can just enjoy the atmosphere. It's not too crowded at this time. So normally, if you got a seat, they'll be like, you know what, go where you want to go. I think pretty much everything is off limits except for baseline VIP seats and stuff like that. But yeah, just support.
I'm gonna get tickets. We gonna go to a WNBA and sit like courtside type shit, ball out.
They play 30 minutes away.
Hey, yeah,
shit with traffic, I don't know how long it's gonna take, but
yeah. But speaking of knowing what you're worth and getting a little extra money, let's do loan forgiveness kicking in, man.
Hey,
the applications went out. Speaking of which, if you got student loans out there, which I'm pretty sure majority of the people that listen to this podcast do, go fill out your shit.
Yeah, I think it's under 125 salary or income for the year that you can apply for this. So if you had a Pell Grant, you get $20,000 knocked off your student loan debt. If you didn't have a Pell Grant, then it's 10,000. But every piece counts. So yeah, y'all go do that. It literally takes a minute to do. Just
Yeah. It's like,
do it on your phone. Just click.
shout out to Lena because she sent it to me.
Yeah, she sent me too.
And we was talking the other day, and she was like, I was like, yeah, I'll do it when I get a shift, and get a little bit of time. She was like, you can literally do it on your phone in like 30 seconds. I was like, wait, what?
Yeah,
like
it's nothing.
Like it got to a point to where I thought they was trying to scam me.
Right, it was like this. Is this the real?
I was like, wait, who I'm giving my social to?
I'm gonna say that .gov. All right.
Yeah, I had to. You get that fishing training at work. I had.
Yeah.
Wait, well, let me check the source.
Let me check for typos. But nah, it happened. I mean, we originally we thought we was gonna get everything knocked off, but I'm okay with 10 for right now.
Yeah.
Until I run for president, and then I'm gonna wipe all this shit out.
I'll vote for you, my brother.
Executive order.
I will vote for you.
All student loan debt is gone.
I mean, I just don't understand why we pay for education anyway, but that's a whole nother topic.
It's a money making deal. Man.
Yeah. But yeah, we got people going off the handle in current events today. This I'm not even going.
I'm gonna say for you, this nigga.
No, I was gonna use something else, but I'm not even gonna put my personal feelings behind it. But DJ Academics,
yeah, man.
For those who don't know who he is, because I really don't know who he is, but apparently he's a DJ.
Yeah, he was a DJ at some point in time,
and he has a podcast.
He does have a podcast, but he was guest starring on somebody else's podcast.
Okay.
Yeah, but he's a content creator. He blew up off of talking about rappers and celebrities. Got really big when he started talking about everything that was going on in Chicago.
I feel like I only know DJ Academics because of the Migos interview. Like, I feel like that's the only reason I know who DJ Academics is. And even when I saw him, I was like, he looks familiar. And then I remembered.
Like, oh, that's that mug.
Yeah, then I remembered that it was a Migos interview, and I was like, okay.
Yeah, so yeah, he was on a podcast called Fresh and Fit. For those who don't know that, these are some of the guys that are the quote unquote alpha males. They're known for bringing women in, asking them really hard questions. If they feel they get disrespectful, they kick them off the show and everything like that. They got in trouble a while ago. I want to say in trouble, but they got in some hot water with a lot of other African American community because they said that they don't date darkies.
Oh, okay.
So yeah,
that was
people.
them.
Yeah,
I remember that.
It rubbed a lot of people the wrong way and stuff like that. But they weathered the storm and they're still as popular as forever.
I guess.
Yeah, they still doing a lot of good numbers on YouTube and their Patreon and everything like that. But yeah, he was on there. I believe he was recording a podcast with another YouTuber called Streecho. I think he just got kicked off of everything for hate speech. And they dropped in on this podcast, and DJ Academics and oh boy, they was kind of going hard on this lady from Brazil. She has had enhancements, and everything like that,
which is her business.
It's her business. She's married, and obviously her husband likes it, so that's what it is. And they start talking about a voice and stuff like that because she has a deep voice. I won't deny that.
Okay.
But then it kind of just went left to the point where, you get like secondhand embarrassment.
Yeah.
And it's like real cringy. He was like, okay, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
Like, and all this stuff. And he, obviously he got in his feelings and stuff like that. And another lady on the panel told him that he was being disrespectful. Then he turns to her and he's like, hey, you don't need to be talking because my homeboy knocked your ass down.
Yeah.
And I paid for the Airbnb, and he did such and such, and
Yeah,
you
yeah,
gave
yeah.
it up and stuff like
Yeah.
that, and put a business out in the street.
Which I think is already whack as fuck.
It's whack as fuck. You know, kiss and tell and stuff like that. Especially not on no public platform.
Right,
You don't
no,
put nobody business out there.
And then you end
'Cause
up looking.
I think everybody got they be like, hey,
Oh, of course you gonna. I mean,
Men and women.
your soundboard, like, yeah, you gonna talk to them about. I mean,
yeah. I'm in a couple of group chats.
Yeah,
I'm
like,
pretty sure.
yeah, you. I mean, that is what it is. But
My
as far
meetings
as
in cyberspace.
as far as putting that shit like on a public platform, like for public consumption, like don't nobody do that shit. That's some childish and immature shit.
Yeah, and then he kind of, one thing that I hate that people fall back on is their money and stuff like that. She said that she was secure in herself and she was secure in her boyfriend and everything like that, and she had kind of got fed up with him talking, so she kind of threw the jabs back and stuff like that, called him chubby and stuff.
Called him fat.
She called him fat.
Which I
And she said, hey, some women like fat dudes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't like them, but you do and stuff like that. And then he started talking about how broke her boyfriend was.
yeah, he got offended.
Yeah, he talking about
his
how
pride
much
was hurt.
money he had and everything like that. And later on, he got into the lobby and he started screaming at his girlfriend that he was the prize and stuff like that. And checking her up against the wall and stuff. He didn't put his hands on her, but
Now-
he was just screaming and shit.
Now, and I even hate, talking about the whole, because I feel like it's a soundbite. Like I feel like it's a play on words. The whole alpha male and beta male and type shit.
Yeah.
But for conversation purposes, this is supposed to be a podcast of alpha males, right?
Yeah.
But is that not quote unquote beta male?
Yeah,
energy that
because
he was given, like,
as an alpha male, if you want to call it that, I think it's just part of being a man is holding your emotions in check.
right.
That's a big part of it. So once you stop thinking logically and then you just go
emotionally,
all just full.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that men shouldn't be in touch with their emotions, but it's a difference between being in touch and controlling and just acting emotionally.
Yeah.
Because I think that's the most dangerous person in the world is a man that's all
Irrational.
emotional.
Yeah.
But yeah, you gotta check that shit. That's very for the threat of somebody trying to charge me up. It's very feminine. It's a feminine
It's
trait.
more bitch made kind of.
Well, he wasn't say bitch, but he's not calling women bitches.
No.
But,
I mean,
but
bitch
in a sense,
assness.
yeah, like the dude is acting like a bitch.
Yeah.
It's not. It's not becoming of a young man, or an adult male.
So let's talk about it because, when we was talking about, I guess we, explaining who this cat was. You said he's a content creator,
Yeah.
Influencer type joint. Basically somebody that gets their means by social media.
Yeah.
And so, have we gotten to a point, because I feel like the only reason that he's still prevalent is because he has a following, obviously.
Very
so that
much
means,
following.
yeah. So that means that somebody's out here agreeing with this man. So
I
do
think
you,
his whole platform is
like bashing?
well, I wouldn't say bash. It's more non-simp behavior, which I don't necessarily agree with men just simping over women.
Yeah.
But I think there's a sweet spot, and I think some people just take it to the extreme.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, obviously he has a following. And their podcast has a following. Obviously, this podcast, the Fresh and Fit podcast, has a following.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think we're at a point in especially I'll say millennials, because I feel like this is gonna be millennials and
Gen Z,
younger.
Well,
yeah, Gen Z.
I can't even say that because it's some Gen X's too.
Yeah,
I think it's
okay. So I'm not gonna say
down the line.
I'm not gonna say a specific.
This time,
Yeah. I would say, do you think this day and age we get too much of our influence from social media. And I think I've always hated the word influencer because it's like, as a grown ass person, like, I feel like you influence kids, right?
Yeah.
Like, as a grown ass person, like, I'm not going to allow.
Well, I mean, you still can be influenced as an adult.
Yeah, no doubt. No, that's not what I'm saying.
Hopefully, I like influence adults.
Yeah, but that's not
to
what
do
I'm.
better with their life.
That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, like, I'm not going to allow somebody that I don't know, have no clue of who it is, never met in person, like, I'm not going to blindly follow them and say that what they're saying is
What about
gold.
Jesus?
I know Jesus for myself. So.
Okay, all right.
No, but
Try to throw a curveball.
no, but I'm not gonna blindly follow them and say that, you know, oh, you're
I'm blind as shit.
you're an influencer, so you know, I think that you know what you're talking about, and you know, I'm gonna agree with everything that comes out of it. Like, even, and I think that's just ridiculous to say that, you know, just because you're cool with somebody and just because you follow somebody, that everything out of their mouth is true or everything out of their mouth is gospel. Like,
Very dangerous.
yeah, and I think that we're in a day and age to where, you know, we get to following people that we like, and then we feel like we can't disagree with them.
Yeah, that's the thing. It is a lot of echo chambers on social media, and the thing about social media is it's run by algorithms. So if you look for something, it'll bring it to you, and you won't get the other side of anything. For example, like I told you today, I said, have you heard of Red Pill and everything like that, and Red Pill Rage? He was like, no, I don't even know what this is. Essentially what it is it's a ode to the Matrix, the red pill and the blue pill. Red pill is just you waking up to see the world as it is, as far as relationships with women. Growing up, we were always taught to put women on a pedestal and all this stuff like this, and that they are the prize. Red pill just says, you know, you have worth too. You're also a prize too, and it should be equal. It's more about equality. But too much consumption of that stuff, as you can see, can lead to the extreme version, where it's like, you know, bitches ain't shit and all this stuff. They don't want anything. They're all bad and stuff like that. And that's the same thing on the female side, where, you know, niggas ain't shit.
Yeah.
City girls, high girl summer, you know, get your bag.
Yeah.
They ain't worth nothing but money, anything. You know, do the best that you can. Finesse the finesse. When you get into those echo chambers, somebody will tell you, you know, yeah, this is how it is. This is right. This is right. The next thing you know, you got millions upon millions of people saying the same thing that you're saying, but you're not getting the other side to it. I don't think it's anything wrong with dibble and dabbling in that, but you have to have the other side of it.
Yeah, and I agree with you. I think what we don't like to admit as adults, I think we get so caught up into saying that, okay, nobody tell me what to do, that we get caught up into people telling us what to do. And I say that to say, I say that when I say that, I mean that, like, I feel like we don't realize, or we don't understand, or we don't like to admit that the content that we consume starts to become our reality, or starts to become our personality. And so if you're consuming, like you said, if you're consuming this content too much, if this is all you subscribe to, then, you know, you end up having the mindset of, yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, I'm on that team. Yeah.
And we know people like that.
Yeah.
Just like
both men and women.
Yeah, like, nah, you not all of that. You know, like, you do some wrong. It's not all on this side. It's not on this side and stuff. You gotta find a balance in this stuff and turn the fucking YouTube and Facebook and all that shit off.
Yeah.
Or at least look up the other shit that you just write off because it doesn't necessarily agree with what you're thinking of. Like, if a woman just listens to Derek Jackson all day, she might not thinking that anything that she does is wrong.
Right.
Or if a man, he just listens to Kevin Samuels, even though he did kind of have an objective side to himself, for he just wanted the entire black community to do well, he might start to view things in a different way, and he might actually be in the He-Man Woman Hated Club, which you said you gonna start calling me. I was like, oh, I fucking hate women like that.
It was a joke, brother. It was a joke.
It was because I do find that stuff. That stuff comes through on my feed because I just try to look at all this type of stuff, and I think the intention of what the red pill was supposed to be was, okay, now you see this, now you need to work on yourself to become a better version of yourself. But if you just get stuck in the portion of the internet where it's just blame, then you just get, I guess you just get stuck to the person that you are. You don't make any more improvements.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think that we have to be careful, and like I said, I feel like we get so caught up nowadays of saying, oh, I'm not impressionable, or nothing can sway my objective or my mindset, and then it ends up swaying your objective mindset because
change your entire aspect on life.
This is all you listen to. So yeah, I mean. While I feel like, and we talked about this on our social media episode, while I feel like social media is I feel like it's a great invention because I feel like I have friends that I never would have met were it not for social media. And it allows you to keep in touch with people that you wouldn't see on a regular basis. It allows you to stay connected with people, but at the same time, like I said, social media and this whole influencer wave, like everybody's a fucking influencer. Like everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody's an influencer to a certain extent, and then if you get over a certain amount of followers, then I mean,
big shit.
If this podcast gets to a certain amount of followers, we're gonna be considered.
I'm gone, motherfucker.
Yeah, we're gonna be considered influencers. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's a responsibility to both parties. Like for one, as the consumer, like we need to make sure that we are not overindulging in. Social media wave.
It's just like a drug.
Yeah, and as the provider, like as the person creating the content, like I think people need to be more cognizant about what they put in the atmosphere. You know what I'm saying? Like
definitely.
Because you sent me that video of the podcast, and they was talking about all this shit, and I felt like he was very contradictive in the podcast because he was talking about the disrespect that she was showing on her side,
dishing it out.
Yeah, and it was way more disrespect, coming from his end. So him. I don't know, man. First of all, I just think you should stop following these motherfuckers that just ain't about shit.
Well, and also, you're not as important as you think you are.
That part too.
Well, at least not to everybody. Your online presence is your online presence. But eventually you do have to put that phone down and come back to reality.
Yeah.
For those who like to talk shit on the internet, you do have to put your phone down, and you might see the same people that you've been talking shit to.
Yeah, because let me tell you, don't talk shit about me. Because I'm going to want you to have that same energy when I see you in person.
You might be a dime in person, and you come off live, somebody see you, be like,
yeah.
You may be flexing, may have all the money that everybody thinks, but in reality,
but you can't pick up a tab.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Nah, I feel you. Yeah, man. That's that. Y'all tell us what y'all think on that one. In the comments, please. As far as the top 3 for today, we gonna head back to one of our current events because we both filled out that student loan forgiveness. So
I'm supposed to be thinking about this the entire show.
Yeah, but you fucked up. So top 3 things. What are your top 3 things? If you get that 20K in deduction from your student loans, man, what would be your top 3 things if you got the 20,000 and you can only spend it in a day? What would you do with that 20K? Bars.
My first thing I do, I would say credit card. I pay my credit cards off.
Okay.
And this is 20K total.
20K total. So
Okay.
you could split it up however you want to.
And you have to spend it.
You have to spend it in a day.
There's no going to savings.
Nope.
No,
I mean, yeah, no savings.
All right. All right. Credit cards paid off. Shit. At this day and age, I'm paying for a semester of school.
Okay.
And with me, I'm only like part time right now, so I get paid for a semester or two. And then with that remaining, it's only in a day. Shit, I'm going early Christmas shopping.
Okay.
Yeah. What about you?
Three things. Okay. So number one, I'm gonna go ahead and pay off my car because I don't have too much left on it.
Okay.
So that would be one of my first moves. Actually, probably my first move. Number two, you know me, gotta stay in the sky. So I'm booking a trip. I'm taking about $5K, booking a trip wherever I want to go.
That's kind of cheating though.
No.
'Cause technically, you're not spending it.
Yes, you are. If
that
you book
day,
it, you're spending
budget
it.
is like prepaid.
It's still paying. I'm getting the money's leaving my account today.
Okay.
So that's number two, and number three. Since I can't save it, I'm gonna invest it. So I would.
That's the same shit.
And no, it's not. It's the money is coming out of my account today.
That's a glitch. That's a glitch.
Well, I'm a glitch thinker. I've broken the
that's
matrix.
a cheat. That's a cheat.
I'm not in the matrix.
That's a cheat. You got to give us something else. That's a cheat because that's basically putting it in a savings account.
All right. So if I had
risk.
to buy something, let me think. I would probably buy something electronically. You know me. I'll probably buy something for the house.
Electronically?
Yeah. No, buy an electronic.
Oh, okay.
Device.
I thought you say that you buy over
Nah.
electric device.
Honestly, I'll probably buy some stuff for the podcast, so we can finally.
Oh, okay. I guess I guess they can go into my Christmas gifts.
Yeah, y'all let us know what y'all do. I'm pretty sure all of y'all getting that little break with getting that student loan forgiveness. So let us know what y'all gonna do with that 20K. Y'all know how it go. You can agree with us. Mm-hmm. You can disagree with us. You can do whatever the fuck you want to do.
Father, fuck.
At the end of the day, that's just our 2 cents on it, man. We'll see you next week. Y'all have a good one.
Well, we won't see them next week because.
Oh well, yeah.
Y'all see us when we see it. All right.